They aren't just friends, they're two halves of one whole.
Really? I buy you each one.
Where Agatha goes, Jukebox follows. Where Jukebox rests, Agatha is right there beside him. Their bond is so deep, so unwavering, that even people rarely share this kind of loyalty.
Get down.
When they first arrived at the shelter, no one knew their story. Maybe they met on the streets, clinging to each other to survive. The shelter had plenty of beds, yet they insisted on sharing just one. Whenever someone tried to separate them, they would cry and pull toward each other, desperate not to be apart again. But finding a home for two dogs at once isn't easy. Most visitors come looking for just one pet. So Agatha and Jukebox waited. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The shelter staff grew worried. What if no one ever adopted them together?
Let's go, Dodgers! Woo, woo, woo! Woo, Dodgers! Viva los Dodgers!
Then we came along. After losing our previous dog, our home had fallen silent. The emptiness was unbearable. It felt like a part of our family had vanished. One day, we saw Agatha and Jukebox online, curled up together in a photo, and something in our hearts stirred. We knew we had to meet them. The moment we saw them at the shelter, everything became clear. Their connection was undeniable. We looked at each other and said, "There's no way we can separate them. If we adopt, it has to be both."
You got a little treat.
When the shelter staff heard the news, the entire place lit up. They're going home together, really? Smiles spread everywhere. It felt like a little miracle, the kind everyone had been hoping for. Every animal has a family waiting somewhere, and for these two, we were that family. Jukebox turned out to be the shy one. He watches from a small distance, cautious but curious. Yet with Agatha beside him, he becomes braver, calmer. Agatha, on the other hand, is pure affection. Always ready to cuddle, always eager to give kisses that melt your heart. Together, they balance each other perfectly. When we brought them home and opened the door, their reaction was unforgettable. You could almost hear them say, "Oh my gosh, this is our home!" They ran from room to room, tails wagging, making sure we were right there with them. And when they tried peanut butter for the first time, the floor ended up covered in drool, and our feet too. It was chaotic, funny, and utterly perfect. That first night, they hardly slept. They moved between the couch and their bed, checking again and again to make sure we were still there, as if they couldn't quite believe this happiness was real.
What's in here? Yeah.
But after a few days, they understood. This wasn't temporary. This was home. Now, wherever I go, they follow, always right at my feet. And every evening when we lay out their beds, that missing feeling, that sense of wholeness, fills the house again. They're happy now. No more cramped shelter, no more uncertainty. They have their own yard, their own people, and a love that will never let them go. Watching them together, I've realized something simple but profound. These dogs have what so many of us search for: true, unconditional love. They live as if they're always touching, always saying to each other, "I'm here, always." And maybe that's what they're really teaching us, that sometimes it's animals who show us what real friendship and real family look like. If you enjoyed Agatha and Jukebox's story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more heartwarming tales of love and rescue.